On a day so hot that the air shimmered like liquid glass, a fox named Jasper trotted through the countryside. Jasper was a sleek creature with a coat the color of autumn leaves and a tail that followed him like a bushy shadow. But today, Jasper wasn't feeling very sleek. His tongue felt like a piece of dry leather, and his stomach was growling a rhythm that sounded suspiciously like a protest. He had been walking for hours, searching for a snack or a sip of cool water. Just as he was about to give up and curl into the shade of a dusty bush, he spotted something that made his eyes widen. There, stretching across a high wooden trellis, was a grapevine unlike any he had ever seen. The vines were thick and green, winding their way upward toward the sun. And hanging from those vines were clusters of grapes, deep royal purple, glowing with a dusty bloom that promised sweetness. They looked heavy, swollen with juice, and perfectly ripe. Jasper licked his lips. "Well now," he whispered to himself, "it seems the universe has finally realized who I am. Those aren't just grapes. Those are a masterpiece." He stepped closer, his mouth watering at the thought of the cool, sugary juice bursting against his teeth. He could almost taste it. He imagined the sensation of the cold liquid sliding down his parched throat. He took a deep breath, crouched low to the ground, and boom, he leaped into the air with all his might. His front paws swiped at the air, missing the lowest cluster by at least a foot. He landed back on the dusty ground with a heavy thud, a cloud of orange dirt rising around him. "Just a warm-up?" Jasper muttered, shaking the dust from his fur. "I didn't use enough momentum. A fox of my caliber needs a running start." He backed up several paces, narrowing his eyes at the prize. He waited for a light breeze to pass, then bolted forward. His legs moved like pistons, and at the perfect moment, he launched himself upward. He soared through the air, stretching his body until he felt his muscles ache. His claws grazed the bottom of a leaf, sending it fluttering to the ground, but the grapes remained high and dry, mocking him from their perch. He landed harder this time, stumbling into a nearby fence post. Jasper was starting to get frustrated. He looked around to see if any of the other forest animals were watching. A squirrel in a nearby oak tree flicked its tail, seemingly unimpressed. Jasper cleared his throat and stood up straight, trying to look dignified. "The sun was in my eyes," he told the squirrel, though the squirrel didn't ask. "And the wind shifted at the last second. Very unpredictable weather we're having today." Jasper wasn't ready to give up. He was a fox, after all. Foxes are known for their cunning and their agility. He spent the next few minutes walking around the trellis, looking for a weak spot. Maybe he could climb the wooden pillars? He tried, but the wood was too smooth, and his claws couldn't find a grip. Maybe he could find a rock to jump from? There were no rocks big enough. He decided on one final, desperate attempt. He backed up until he was nearly at the edge of the clearing. He took several deep breaths, centering his focus. He ran. He ran faster than he had ever run in his life, his heart drumming against his ribs. He leaped, twisting his body in midair, reaching, straining, snapping his jaws at the closest bunch of purple fruit. Snap! His teeth closed on nothing but hot air. He fell back to the earth with a painful crash. He stayed there for a moment, lying in the dirt, looking up at the beautiful, unreachable grapes. They looked even more delicious than before, glistening in the afternoon light, completely indifferent to his struggle. Jasper stood up slowly. He brushed the dirt off his coat with great care. He lifted his chin high, puffed out his chest, and turned his back on the vine. "You know," he said loudly, making sure the squirrel could hear him, "I just took a closer look at those grapes. They aren't ripe at all. In fact, they look quite green and shriveled. I can tell from here that they are sour, bitter even. Only a fool would waste his afternoon eating such sour fruit. I have much better things to do." With a flick of his tail and a disdainful look over his shoulder, Jasper walked away into the forest, his stomach still growling, pretending that he never wanted the grapes in the first place. The moral of the story: it is easy to despise what you cannot get. Sometimes, when we fail at something or can't reach a goal, We try to protect our pride by pretending that the goal wasn't worth achieving anyway. It's a natural human and apparently fox reaction to disappointment. Thank you so much for listening to Soul Stories. If you enjoyed this classic tale of Jasper the Fox, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. We love bringing these lessons to life for you. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever been like Jasper? Have you ever pretended you didn't want something just because it was too hard to get? Comment your ideas and stories below. We read every single one. Until next time, keep seeking the truth behind the story.